Squeaky clean and filthy rich. That's how the British press describe Rishi Sunak, the youngest Prime Minister in more than 2 centuries.
I am standing here as your new Prime Minister.
The first ever leader of South Asian descent.
Cheer up, Rishi!
Appointed at a time of economic crisis, he must plug a £40 billion black hole in the government budget.
I have been elected as leader of my party and your Prime Minister, in part, to fix them.
A former head boy at a prestigious private school who went on to Oxford and then Stanford University in the US before becoming a banker and then MP. He married the daughter of an Indian billionaire who recently came under fire for not paying British tax on her overseas income.
She recognises this goes beyond just following those rules, so she's decided to pay both UK and foreign taxes.
Together they make the UK's rich list and are wealthier than the king. But Sunak's life had a quieter start. He was raised in the seaside city of Southampton. His Indian parents immigrated here from East Africa. His mother ran this pharmacy. His father was a GP.
You were born in Southampton, you never lived in Southampton. Because we're the same age, me and Rishi Sunak. So we would have grown up at the same time in completely different things. Like I was a very low class.
In his hometown, the economic crisis is biting hard.
So there's 5 in there, did you say?
Father of
That's
3,
5.
Wayne Hammond works 2 jobs to look after his family.
I feel the price going up on petrol, I feel the price going up on energy, and especially clothing. I won't go out and buy brand new because I can't afford that. I don't want to go out and spend £80 on a new jumper.
He opened this second-hand clothing shop where nothing costs over £1.
You all right, Georgia?
Hello, you
On
alright?
time?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
Good. We got a lot of parents in complaining that they had a microwave meal because they did cook dinner, but it wasn't enough for the parents as well, so the kids eating.
Do you think Rishi Sunak is the right man? Can he lead this country through this economic crisis?
I don't think there's any way you can understand what an actual working class family is or what we go through, especially at the moment.
Inflation in the UK is running over 10%, caused largely by rising energy bills and food prices.
Both of those make up a much greater share of the household budgets of people who are poor than people who are well off. So inflation is running at a much higher rate if you're poor than if you're rich. So inflation is definitely hitting the poor much harder this time round.
As a teenager, Rishi Sunak once waited tables at this curry house. He's often spoken about the lessons he learned working here as a young waiter.
I seen Rishi grow up. He's a very nice boy, very, very talented, very human person, and talk it to the people.
What are you making? Chicken tikka?
But times are tough at his old workplace too. Rising prices have made it difficult for this place to break even. Kuti Mia isn't sure how much longer he can keep the lights on.
In 42 years, this is the hardest time I'm going through than ever. All the electricity is gone up, gas is gone up. We cannot pass to our customer.
In 2 weeks, the Sunak government will outline their new financial plan, and savings need to be found. Liz Truss promised households an energy price cap for this winter, but many are also anxiously waiting to see if the government will honour a pledge made under Boris Johnson to lift welfare payments in line with inflation.
We're already seeing quite significant rises in poverty and destitution, and that's clearly likely to increase over the winter. And if the government doesn't uprate benefits in line with inflation, things will certainly get even worse.
In Southampton, many hope their homegrown Prime Minister has the solutions for this winter and beyond.
The longer term challenge of how to get the British economy back on a growth track after 10 years of austerity, and also with Brexit also being a drag on the economy coming forward, that's a much more difficult challenge.